Constancy does not endorse immobility. It is a condition for progress. When a ship is faithful to its course, when it is constant, it advances, reaches the destination port. When it is not, it stops or turns aimlessly, fruitlessly. The same happens with the development of man or any other being. Have we observed the stubbornness with which a plant grows? The seed falls to the ground, but it does not remain motionless. It carries within its genetic code the image of the tree it is destined to be, and it does not stop until, in the reality of its development, it identifies with that image, mysteriously and unconsciously engraved in its cells. Man does not escape this law. He is a restless being in search of his perfection. God, in making him in his image and likeness, placed in him an immense thirst for fulfillment. But just as the seed carries within its cells the image of its own perfection and the inexorable paths to reach it, man, on the contrary, because he is free, has to propose to himself the model, the ideal of his perfection and the means to achieve it. No one can consciously become what they did not previously project to attain and accomplish. However, it is necessary to draw attention to a fundamental idea. Man, who must freely choose his life's ideal, must also do so in accordance with God's designs. God, who gave us being and could have chosen not to, did not cast us into the world like a drifting boat. Just as he gave each star its orbit, he also marked out the route of our fulfillment. Outside of this itinerary, which we can accept or reject because we are not conditioned like a star, there will be no genuine fulfillment for us. God created the universe according to an infinitely wise plan and assigned us a mission to fulfill within it. Each of us was the object of a calling. Yes, we can say that each of us was born with a vocation, that is, with a specific, personal, and untransferable objective to be achieved. This vocation, not only does it not dispense with or stifle the human and natural vocation desired by us when it is authentic, but on the contrary, it empowers and elevates it to the height of what is most dignified in the human condition. Noble human ideals integrate into the divine ideal and in them acquire their truest expression. God gave us the prerogative of being, in some way, co-authors of our own creation. He left in our hands the ability to perform this great miracle, the miracle of being able to exist. Each of us must embody it, making the ideal objective, desired with full consciousness, intimately embraced with the passion of the noblest causes. Just as a sculptor mentally chooses the archetype he wishes to transform the block of stone into, so we, when facing our formless future, must aspire to the ideal image that God wants for us. It is easy, in this way, to understand that constancy does not exist where this ideal does not exist, this vocation freely and responsibly assumed, just as it does not make sense for the sculptor to persist in chiseling the stone when he is not determined to make any statue. There are not a few people who, without knowing it, become discouraged in life, give up their struggle simply because they do not have an ideal or because they have a petty ideal. This ideal is a force for growth. It is a thrust towards perfection. It is a prerequisite and indispensable condition for living constancy.